This orange is a large batch. Yeah? So what we are saying that if we have small batches, we have low variation. Here the variation is increasing. Here the variation is extremely high. So can you think of why we are saying variation will be extremely high? So this small batches is like one story point. This medium batch is like like say 5 to 8 story point. Yeah. Large batches like greater than 13 story point. Okay.
Obviously, 13 story points will take lot of time and
Hmm.
so getting feedback also gets delayed because
Exactly. And the feedback is going to create, yeah, delay feedback is going to create high variation. Even there is a high possibility of spillover also, correct?
true. Yeah.
That is where it is going to cause very high variation. Clear?
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's see this video. This is a recommended video that it is showing you the effect of the batch sizes. So I will just quickly play this video. So what we are doing here, these people, they are flipping the coins. Okay. So when they are flipping the coins, how they are doing it? In the first round, they are doing when all the coins should be flipped. Then the next person will do. See, the other person, carefully observe, all other people are sitting idle. Correct? And they are noting the heads or tail. So do you see low utilization of resource also? Correct? So they have taken 2 minutes, yeah, to do this particular activity. They have taken 2 minutes, yeah. And now there's one more activity here. Do you see how they are doing? Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they will get done quickly. The fast value delivery, correct, in just 10 seconds. Yeah, correct. So see, guys, do you understand the meaning of batch? Yeah.
Yeah.
In first activity, this complete was a batch. So the processing of the first batch, larger batch, was taking more time. In the second, it only this one work item was one batch. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So obviously, the value delivery is much more faster. Yeah, all of the like we talked about the flow accelerators, and we are getting the fast feedback. We know the WIP. We can visualize all of those things. Yeah, reducing the in zone timing. Earlier, people were sitting idle. Correct. Yeah. Here, people were sitting idle also. Here, there is no one idle. Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the small batches, when we talk about the importance of small batches, large batches are going to create more variability. Guys, by the way, these slides, I will tell you, these 8 floor accelerators also, this also, and 8 floor accelerator also. and this high variability, low variability, some confusing questions are going to come from your exam. Yeah, so make sure that you read these very carefully when you give the exam options. Yeah, that what is the effect of this batches on variability, this, that, and all questions are going to come. Yeah, how the high utilization can obviously increase variability because there is no buffer in between. Yeah, project slippages can happen if there's no buffer in between. Versus low batches go through faster with lower variability, and the most important batch of is the handoff batch, like when the value is getting passed between, or value is getting handed over to one another. That is the important batch what we are trying to say. So we will see that the effect of that batch size using these two graphs. I will just quickly explain that the meaning of these two graphs. So the first thing you need to remember that on x-axis, what do we have? We have items per batch, correct?
Mm-hmm.
See how many items per batch we have here. Maybe let's say these are how many. I'm not sure how many these are. Maybe these are 30. So how many items we have here per batch?
30.
How many items per batch do we have here?
1.
One, correct? So do you understand the meaning of items per batch, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And this on y-axis we have costing. Okay. So now this orange line is the holding cost. So what is holding cost? What do you mean by holding cost?
Expected cost.
No.
No.
The meaning of the meaning of holding cost is that, let's say that you have your inventory. So your holding cost here is your inventory cost. So let's say that you need to store 1 kg of rice versus you need to store 1 ton of rice. Where the holding cost will be more?
1 ton.
Obviously 1 ton, correct. In the same way, let's say that you have not released one user story versus you have not released 100 user stories. You have not done the deployment. Where the holding cost will be more?
100 user stories.
Obviously 100 user stories, correct?
Mm.
So that is what we are trying to say, that the number of batch items are increasing, the cost is increasing. Is it getting clear? Orange meaning of orange line.
Mm.
Yeah.
Meaning of orange line is clear.
Yeah.
Let's say the meaning of the green line. What is the meaning of green line here? The green line is transaction cost. So let's say that you each and every day you transport 1 kg of rice versus you transport 1 ton of rice. Which will have less transaction cost?
1 ton.
Obviously 1 ton, correct?
Mm.
Yeah. In the same way, each and every day you deploy one user story versus at the a month end you deploy 100 user story, which will have less transaction cost or less delivery time.
100 user stories.
100 user stories, correct. So now that is your green line, correct? But now the important thing, as we just learned, we learned about small batches, correct?
Mm.
And when we learned about our small batches, we also saw the example that it is very important to keep small batches. Yeah. So ideally, in ideal condition, the small batch should be as small as possible, or maybe or maybe it is just like that. Only one item, one work item. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Correct. So in those cases, if such items are there, then this one user story we should try to always deliver and deploy in ideal situation, in ideal condition. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say that your team member you ask your team member that how much time it is take you to deploy 1 user story. They say 3 hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you ask your team member how much time does it take to deploy 100 user story. They say okay, it will take 8 hours. Correct. Yeah. So now see now maybe you are not in a position to give 3 hours every day just for deployment and delivery. Because if you each and every day, if you block 3 hours just for deployment and delivery, the work will slow down. So how can you know that how often you should deploy or how many user stories together you should deploy? How can you know that number? Because that number is going to give you optimal batch size. What do you think? How can you know that number? So if you really want to know that number, what do you want to do? You want to plot your holding cost and your transaction cost. The intersection point, whatever the intersection point is, that particular intersection point is going to give you your optimal batch size. Yeah. Let's suppose that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. Correct. So whatever that is going to give you your optimal batch size. Okay. Guys, are you getting this or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone? See, it is very simple that, Madhuri, do you go to your shopping mall or your store just to buy 250 grams of rice or not? Every day do you go just to buy
No,
250 grams of rice? Why don't you go every day? What
it's
is the problem when it's going?
waste of
What is
time, petrol, and money.
uh, what if that on a click of a button a free delivery can happen every day of 250-gram rice, or maybe not free delivery, maybe $0.01 or maybe only 1 rupee delivery. Yeah, will you
That is
prefer that
also,
250 grams?
no, that also I don't prefer.
Why? What is the problem? You are not going to cook more than 250 at once, correct?
Yeah,
Hmm?
but still it
So
is
why you will
costly.
keep it? No, that is what I'm saying. Let's suppose it is almost free, almost negligible free
Okay.
delivery. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
then you will prefer it or not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, if you will prefer it, then what is the way we can reduce the batch size? Do you think is there any way we can reduce the batch size?
Already we reduced, right? We are getting only 250 grams per day.
No, no, that is the one example, hardware example I'm giving you. Is software,
Okay.
how can you reduce it? In your software implementation, how can you reduce your batch time? Batch size, sorry, batch size. Yeah.
By taking small chunks of user stories.
Let's say that you took a small chunk of user story, but your developer is saying I will take just 3 hours to deploy. You cannot give every day 3 hours just for deployment, correct? Or can you?
No.
Yeah. So that is the point which I'm trying to make, that what exactly are you going to do?
So that
Yeah.
depends on the velocity of that this one also, right? I mean,
No, not
no.
at all. Not at all. Yeah. So let's try to understand this. It's the first thing what we are saying, that optimal, how to get the optimal batch size. This concept you have understood.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inflection
To-
point.
Total
Yeah.
cost, you have understood the total cost, of the complete costing will be the sum of the holding plus transaction cost. Higher
Mhm.
transaction cost is going to make the batch sizes bigger, correct?
Mhm.
Higher transaction cost, let's say HT cost, is going to make your batch size bigger. Then what is going to make your batch size smaller? Lower transaction cost is, don't you think, is going to make your batch sizes smaller?
Yeah, definitely.
So how you can have a lower transaction cost?
Mhm.
Yeah, just observe this. Yeah, like this is this point. Yeah. So now, if you carefully notice these both graphs, just carefully notice them. What is happening here? Which line is changing? Which line is not changing?
Transaction cost line is changing and total
And
cost is also changing.
obviously, correct. So now the important point is that, as I just said, higher transaction cost, bigger size, lower transaction cost, lower bet size. So don't you think if you can make this 3 hour possible in maybe just 15 minutes or 10 minutes, don't you think you can reduce your bet size? 15 minutes, sorry. Yeah. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you need to do? What do you need to do? Guys, what do we need to do? So we need to reduce the transaction cost. And how can we reduce the transaction cost? Obviously by automation, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. Obviously by seeking and checking what are the problems, correct? Why we are not able to do it quickly, correct? Yeah.
Mhm.
So reducing batch size is going to increase the predictability. It is going to increase the feedback, reduce the rework, lower cost, all of those things, correct? Yeah. We will save twice than what we think. Guys, is it getting clear or not? Hmm?
Mhm.
Yeah. So what is the your batch? What is the example of your batch? In your company, what is your example of your batch? How can you reduce the size of the batch? Hmm? See, the example of the batch can be anything, correct? That any user story, task, or whatever, correct? Yeah, it can be hardware also, or software also, correct? Yeah. So obviously, how can you reduce that? We just discussed by reducing the transaction cost, correct? Yeah. So the next is about queues. So obviously, no one like queues, correct? It is as simple to understand that you walk into a restaurant or you walk into Pizza Hut, and in front of you, do you see a line of 50 people in a Pizza Hut? Are you going to wait there or you are not going to wait there? What do you think? You are going to wait there? Yeah.
No.
So that is where that it increases lead time, it increases risk, variability, lower quality, less motivation. You will keep on losing your business. Yeah. So queues are very extremely bad. Never let the queues get formed. If you want to reduce the queue, this will not come in your exam. This is just for your understanding. There's something called as little law. So what it says that higher processing rate we need to do. Just for an example, if you already have 30 features in place and your team can only do 10 items per quarter or 10 features per quarter, you already have a 9 months of backlog. So the 31st feature have to wait how much time? How much time 31st feature have to wait?
9 months.
9 months.
9 months, correct? Yeah. Yeah. The next is apply cadence and synchronization with cross domain planning. This is in reference to your PI planning, but what do we need to understand? First of all, we need to understand the meaning of cadence and synchronization. So, what exactly is the meaning of cadence, guys? What do you mean by cadence? What do you mean by cadence, guys? Quickly, quickly. Hmm? What is the cadence of 1 week?
It's the duration.
It is 7 days, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. The activity or that particular thing is going to repeat itself after that moment, correct? Yeah. What is the cadence of 1 day, 24 hour? Yes, correct. In the same way, when we make sprints, what is the utility benefit of sprint that is gonna repeat itself after every 1 week or 2 week or 3 week, whatever our sprint size is. So that is how cadence converts, yeah, the unpredictable event into predictable. The cadence makes the waiting time, yeah, for the new works more predictable. We know that how much waiting time is there. Yeah, the cadence help us in planning, cross-domain coordination, and determining the batch sizes, control the injection of works and all. What is synchronization? What is synchronization? So cadence is very similar to, let's say that, if a cadence of one train is 10 minutes, if first train is going to come at 10 a.m., when the next train is going to come?
10, 10, 10, 11 or
And
10, 10, yeah.
why 10, 11? Why 1 minute late?
I mean, 1 to 10 minutes it will take, and the next minute, the next one, I thought.
Okay. When the next train is going to come after 10, 10?
20.
10, 20, correct?
Hmm.
So what is synchronization? Synchronization is that you have to uh, like make two events happen, correct? Yeah, multiple events can happen simultaneously or one after the event. We need to synchronize them, correct? Or maybe simultaneously we need to synchronize them, correct? So if this train is leaving from here, maybe some other train also have to reach some the other station at the same time. They also need to synchronize, correct? Their time. So synchronization will help in your cross-functional trade-offs, your routine dependency management, full system integration, and all of those things. Yeah, yeah. So that is what we do. That let's suppose this is team A, this is team B, this is team C. Team A is starting their sprint on 1st of February. Team B is starting on 7th of February. Team C is starting again on 1st on February. So what's gonna happen? What the problem is, the system is not iterating complete system. There is an integration slips can happen. Yeah. Versus what we are trying to say, to make the complete system iterate, all the team needs to start their sprint at the same day, end their sprint on the same day, as well as they need to have the same sprint length or cycle. For to have both cadence and synchronization that is required for your PI to run, planning interval to run. And by having this cadence and synchronization, we are minimizing the variability also into the system. Yeah, correct. So here we have so much of variability into the system. Correct. Yeah. Here we have minimized the variability to such a large extent. Correct. Yeah. That each and every time there is a problem, we are going to bring it back because we are getting the outcome feedback from the demos. Okay. So this is how a large PI planning look like. Yeah, for a complete agile release train. This is team number 1. This is team number 2. This is team number 3. This is team number 4. This is team number 5. This is team number 6. Team number 7. Team number 8. Team number 9. Yeah. If we are doing physically, obviously most of the teams nowadays do remotely only. Yeah, because most of the time it is extremely difficult, to coordinate, synchronize so many things and so many people and give them a single location, and to bring, maybe give them flight tickets or bring them into one single location. It becomes very difficult many a times. Okay. Yeah. So what is important that everyone is going to plan together. The management is going to set minimum constraints. Requirements are going to evolve. The dependencies are is going to be identified, importance of decision making is going to be accelerated, and teams will take their decision making faster. So it is not like that, let's say team 3 member has to talk to team 2 member. So during the PA planning, it is not like, okay, you book my calendar and you then come and talk to me, yeah, or have a meeting with me. No, we are going to run dependency sessions with each and every team, and they can quickly discuss and decide during those 2-day PA planning. Yeah. So we will see how this happen. We will do the simulation of it also. Okay. The next is unlock the intrinsic motivation of knowledge workers. So first of all, who are knowledge workers? What do we even mean by knowledge workers, and what do we even mean by intrinsic motivation? Correct. So your pay scale, your salary, your bonus, your increment, that is intrinsic or extrinsic motivation.
Intrinsic motivation.
Okay, for Madhuri, it is intrinsic only.
No.
That is extrinsic motivation,
Okay.
correct? Yeah. Okay. So, what is intrinsic motivation is that, what we say, that's something, which you want to do for yourself. Yeah. Correct. Maybe that, what do you want to do it because you see a gain in the knowledge, you see your visibility, you see this, that, and more things. Correct. It is not driven by, those money things and all.
Like
Knowledge
training.
work. Huh?
Training.
Knowledge workers. So knowledge workers are the people who know more than their boss. So let's
Mhm.
say in your team, you have one JavaScript expert, you have one big data expert, yeah, you have one AI expert, you have a testing expert, this DevOps expert. Is there any possible way that you can combinedly you can become more knowledgeable than each and every person? Do you think that is even possible nowadays? Yeah,
Mhm.
not possible at all. Correct?
No.
Yeah, correct. So that is the point which we are trying to make. That knowledge workers will obviously will know more than their bosses, and knowledge workers will be the most suitable people to make decisions most of the time, many a time. Yeah, because they know more about their job, how they can do what they can do, what is the best time, and those things. Correct? Yeah, yeah. So they can make their own decisions. So that is the reason that we they have to be respected and heard, and accordingly we need to see that how we must manage those knowledge workers to give them autonomy. Yeah? So there is this book also. This the name of this book is The Drive. So what it says that autonomy, if we let them decide and let them to be self-directed, they will gain more autonomy. We give them mastery, we help them, yeah. We help them to gain more mastery over their tasks. We give them purpose, yeah. We give them purpose rather than just telling them that you do this task, and do this task. First of all, we should rather give them the purpose for doing that thing. So that is why combinedly autonomy, mastery, and purpose is going to give them the drive to work and succeed. Yeah? So why do we need to do this? Because many a times what we have to do that we need to enable decentralized decision making. What is decentralized decision making? Decentralized decision making is that we cannot make each and every decision centrally. Let's say that there is maybe one CEO. That CEO maybe have five people or five department. Yeah, those each and every five department, each and every person have maybe 25 managers, yeah, under them. Under those 25 managers, we have 50-50 resources. So how each person is going to work, how they are going to synchronize, what they are going to do, how communication coordination will happen. Do you think the CEO have to take each and every decision always?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
What is the problem in it takes the CEO taking each and every problem? Sorry, each and every decision.
He don't have so much time.
Exactly, correct. There will be a bottleneck itself. Correct? So that is why we need to enable decentralized decision making as much as possible. And that is why we need to see that, what things to enable decentralized decision making and what not. So there is a formula also for that. But before that formula, let's try to see this video that, what we are talking about in this video. Yeah?
I was trained for one submarine, my guys were trained to do what they were told. That's a deadly combination. We all know organizations where people just followed the leader into disastrous situations. So I got my guys together and I said, hey, we got a problem here. I was trained for another submarine. You're trained to do whatever nonsense comes out of my mouth. That's right, Captain. I mean, they knew. They already knew. I was pretty much talking to myself. So I said, what are we going to do? What are we going to do, guys? And we talked about it. Okay, what I really wanted to do was get ready for the inspection. But we were sitting in the wardroom. We spent a couple hours. We were talking about it. And we came up with all these different things. And, well, you Captain, you just got to be smarter. You got to give better orders. It's like, well, how am I going to learn a whole nuclear submarine, miles of valves and pipes? I spent a year learning Olympia, 2 weeks over here. So in a year, we'll be safe? That's not going to work. We had to deploy the submarine in 6 months. So we talked about it, and they said, okay, there's only one logical solution. We figured it out. You, they're pointing at me, you shut up. What do you mean? That's not what captains do. That's not what captains of nuclear submarines do. They walk around, they give orders. They sound like Russell Crowe. Head 2/3, dive, make it up 500 feet. Helm left 15 degrees weather, steady course 255. Load torpedoes and tubes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Flood down, open outer doors, right? And I thought about it. And you know what? They were right. So at that point, I vowed never to give another order. And if you came down on my submarine, it would have been very confusing. Because you couldn't have pointed. It would have been hard to say, well, who's the captain here? Because you wouldn't have seen me giving orders. I did retain one order. The final order to launch a weapon, a torpedo or a missile, I kept with me because I felt since that was going to result in the deaths of other human beings, that I didn't want that on anyone's conscience but mine. That was my moral and ethical responsibility. But even though everything else in the Navy, there's long lists of things that says the captain has to authorize. Captain should authorize. You got a couple nukes in your group, they'll tell you it's true. Captain authorize, submerge the ship, get underway, start up the reactor, shut down the reactor, connect to shore power, divorce from shore power, on and on, break rig for dive, on and on and on, pages of these things. I just refused to give those orders. What we replaced it with was intent. Instead of giving instructions, if you want your people to think, don't give instructions, give intent. So they would come to you, hey, what do you want me to do? Well, left full rudder, steady course 255. No. So what are we trying to accomplish here today? Well, we're trying to get in position so that when the enemy submarine comes through, okay, so where do you think we should position the ship? Maybe over here. Good idea, go there. You give intent to them and they give intent to you. So my officer stopped requesting permission. And every other submarine, Captain, request permission to submerge the ship. Submerge the ship. Submerge the ship, aye. On Santa Fe, Captain, I intend to submerge the ship. Very well. And they did it. And it might seem like it's a very small, nuanced change of language, but it was hugely powerful because the psychological ownership now shifts to them. They need to discover the answer. Otherwise, you're always the answer man. You can never go home and eat dinner. And so we started doing this. And it was hugely powerful. Actually, we went another step. Then I got smarter and I said, when the officer said, Captain, I intend to submerge the ship, I would ask him, well, what do you think I'm thinking right now? And he'd look at me, hard to tell. I'm guessing you're wondering whether it's safe. Bingo! I said, well, convince me it's safe. He said, Captain, I intend to submerge the ship. All men are below, hatches are shut, ship's rigged for dive. I checked the bottom deck. The submarine's in the water that's been assigned to us. Then later I would ask them, is it the right thing to do? And they would say, well, yes, sir, because our mission requires that we... And these are the two pillars that I think support this idea of giving control. These are the two pillars that need to be in place. The technical competence, which is represented by, is it safe? And the organizational clarity, which is represented by, is it the right thing to do? And you put those things in place, and then you can give control, and you give control, and you put those things in place. And you are off to the races. So think about what's happening now. My officers are starting to think like me, because I have to think like, where should we do the ship? And so the guys below them. Now this took 24 hours to happen. It took a couple years for the full implementation, but immediately there was change. The officers started thinking like me, and so pretty soon I could go in the engine room, find the engine room lower level watch who was taking logs in the lube oil pumps, and he would know what the submarine was doing. He would know whether we were up tight, close to the enemy, and it was time to stay quiet, or whether we had backed out a little bit, and this may be a good time to change filters and make a little bit of noise. A year later, we received another inspection. A year later, we received an inspection. The inspecting team gave us the highest grade they had ever seen. Not that year, not in the Pacific, ever seen. Why? I mean, this crew had a captain who was a dummy. It's because that needle started moving up. And on another submarine, there was one guy in charge, one guy giving orders, one guy thinking, and 134 people doing what they're told. I don't care how smart you are. On my submarine, I got 135 thinking, active, passionate, creative, proactive, taking initiative people. It's a tidal wave. You don't stand a chance. Here's the solution. Move the authority to where the information is. You mean the software engineer can decide whether we ship the software? Yeah. You mean the client, my salesman can close the deal? Well, up to $1,000. No. Yes. Whatever the price? Yes. What does it take to make that happen? Now, if you're picturing a lot of people out there doing crazy things and a bunch of arrows going in a bunch of different directions, you have the wrong picture. You create the environment so that those people are out there making decisions as if the CEO were standing right behind them. And if it's not the same decision, it's actually a better decision because they have the information. And not only will you get better speed of execution, because now you don't have this delay, what happens is those people feel like they matter because they're thinking. You engender thinking. You create the environment for thinking. The secret is, nothing I said is hard. There's nothing hard. The only thing that's hard is you. It will feel wrong. You've been genetically and culturally programmed to take charge and make it happen. Take control and attract followers. And what you want is to give control and create leaders. It will feel wrong, and you will repeatedly start down this path if you so choose, and then you'll be angry at yourself like I was. And you will have a failure, and you'll go back to the old ways. And you will pick yourself up, and you will go again. You will go again. And by doing so, you will achieve the greatest thing possible. You will have achieved greatness, not because of the deeds and acts that you did, but because you set an environment where the people around you and their families and their schools and their organizations and their businesses, they've achieved greatness. That will be the greatest thing of all. Go forth and be great.
Okay. So, guys, how can we decide that what all things to centralize and what all things not to centralize, and how we can take those decisions to minimize the delay? So, all of those decisions which has to be made frequently, yeah, those has to be made frequently. We should try to decentralize them. All the decisions where it is very time critical, we should try to decentralize them, and that requires local information. The decisions which are not frequent and which have a long lasting impact and which involves significant economics or money at scale, they can be centralized. So there is a formula also for that. We can talk about the examples, like for example, defining strategic theme. So when we talk about defining strategic theme, in those cases, it is not something which is frequent. It happens only maybe once in a 6 month, correct, or once in 9 month. So that is why we are saying no zero. The team backlog refinement. The team backlog refinement happen often or not? Yes, obviously it happens often, correct? Define the PI dates. The PI date is something which is not, decided often, like, it is like 3 months or more. So it is zero. Time critical. The defining strategic theme is maybe not that much time critical, little bit. So we are just giving three. Economies of scale. Is it yes? Definitely yes. So that is why we are centralizing it. Team backlog refinement. It is not. It is yes time critical thing. It does not involve economics much. That is decentralized. Defining PI dates also like centralized. Correct? Is it getting clear? So, what all different practices we need to follow when following the centralized or decentralized decision making? That we need to openly discuss how decisions are made, and we need to maybe define that mechanism of framework, or some way around it, like for example that formula which we talked about, so that all those possible decisions and opportunities, we can move the authority where the data is, where the work is getting performed. Establish a decision making framework, provide clarity on organizational objectives, cost effectiveness, and problem solving. Okay, just give me 1 minute, guys. Yeah. So the people who have to make the decision, they can take responsibility. Yeah, and what we need to do, we need to take responsibility for making and communicating strategic decisions. Yeah, those are infrequent, long-lasting, and significant economics of skill that we can take centralize. Otherwise, we can try to decentralize all other decisions. Clear? Okay. So the last principle of SAFE is organize around a value. So in traditional organizations, as we know that we have various kind of departments, or various kind of different verticals, like business, system engineer, hardware, software. So as we were discussing, let's say that if we have a department head, or a director, we have various kind of managers, various kind of other managers or tech leads and other people in the team. So let's say some person here from the system engineering want to talk to the software department person, correct? Can they talk directly? Maybe no, correct. So what will happen, that he will tell this person, he will tell this person will tell this person will tell their manager will tell their head, and this person will try to communicate to this person, correct? And then in the same way, the information will get load here, correct? So we will end up creating lot of silos, lot of handoffs, and obviously lot and lot many delays. So that is what we are trying to say, that there can be a lot of politics, there can be a lot of delays, there can be a lot of silos, and the most importantly, extremely difficult communication and coordination collaboration. So in all of those things that we need to resolve those challenges, what do we need to do? That is where SAFE says that let's come up, instead of those different approaches, let's come to an approach of forming value streams. So when we talk about our approach of value streams, so as we discussed earlier, that what each and every value stream contain, each and every value stream, especially this development value stream, that contains activities from recognizing an opportunity to the release of the value, that contains the steps also, flow of information also, material also, and the people who develop the solution, that is used by operational value stream. Huh? So for example, if we want to make a development value stream, what do we need to see? We need to see that what all people we need from where and where, correct? So maybe we need some people from marketing department, some people from business, some people from architecture, some people from development, some people from testing. So we will identify the value streams, and one value stream, always remember this, one value stream can be resulted into one art or more than one art. Okay? That will depend upon the size of the value stream. So when we talk about the size of one art, remember how many teams were there in art? As
5
I
to 12.
told,
5 to
5
12.
to 12, correct. So remember what is the recommended size of one team?
10 maximum.
Sorry, what? 10,
10.
correct. Yeah. So if 10 is the maximum size, so how many number of people can be there? 50 people
120.
can be there,
Yeah.
and on highest, like 120 or 125 people, we say can be there. Okay. Yeah. So if let's say that you, when you were making a value stream, you found that your value stream have 240 people, then how many agile release trains you can form?
Mm.
How many agile release trains you can form?
Two.
Two? Not more than two?
2 to 3, maybe 3 or
Hmm? Not more than three? See, if we have 50-50, we can form four also, correct? Yeah. If we have around 50-50 or so, we can form four also, correct? So we can form around 2 to 4. Yeah. Okay. Around 2 to 4, we can form those agile release train. Clear? Yeah. Yeah. So what we need to do, that we need to enable people with those 10 principles, correct? We need to enable people with those 10 principles. So this is one of the very good quote by Daniel Pink again, that principles are great, but clarity on how to think without clarity and how to act can leave people unmoved. But it's time to put this thinking to work. So using all of those principles, we need to apply all of those principles for implementation of SAFE. Okay. Guys, any questions here?
yeah, there is one question like who is responsible, like who takes the authority to uh, finalize the configuration, say configuration and all these details, like how many ARTs and
Mm.
all those. It's a
Very good question. Yeah. So see, it actually depends upon organization to organization also. Like when one organization start to go in towards safe or large scale implementation, they may have expertise or they may have people those have expertise or not. So in most cases, like either a coach, agile coach, enterprise coach, yeah, or maybe any senior leaders, senior managers who already have expertise over it, yeah, take the decision that what to do, how to do, or they may invite some expert, transformation expert, and those people to get the system evaluated to form value streams and form agile release trains and all. Okay, yeah. That for my organization, for few of the agile release trains, like I did the value streaming and the launch of the trains. Mm.
But
Okay.
can they expect a scrum master to do all these things?
In mostly cases, no.
Mhm.
Yeah, a Scrum Master may not have that level of
Knowledge.
clarity, but yeah, clarity and knowledge. But having said that, it is less about the role. It is more about you as a person that if you want to grow.
Mhm.
Okay.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So now we are going to start our chapter number 3. Okay. So chapter 3 is all about establishing team and technical agility. So when we talk about cross-functional team, guys, what is the meaning of a cross-functional team? What do we mean by cross-functional team?
Having different skills from different um,
So
what's
all
called
the team members have all the skills and expertise, to do the work and create value by themselves.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Yeah. Without depending on external people, they can convert the product backlog items into value. Yeah, they can deploy also, deliver also, test also, do everything. So
Mm.
the important thing is each and every team has to be cross-functional in safe, what we are saying. Yeah. And to guide and coach and mentor and teach all of these things, obviously, as we know, we have Scrum Master with each and every team. So when we know that it's that Scrum Master is there or as a team coach he is there, what are the roles and responsibilities of the Scrum Master as defined by the SAFe? That is that the Scrum Master is going to help in what all things. The Scrum Master is going to help first of all in the facilitation of the PA planning. See, the Scrum Master does not have the direct role in facilitating the PA planning. The direct role of facilitating the PA planning is of RT, but the Scrum Master will be facilitating the breakout sessions. The Scrum Master will be helping the team in various ways, guiding, coaching, and doing a lot of things, and guiding, coaching product owners and those all the members of the team. Huh? So the Scrum Master will be communicating, collaborating with the RTE and the product manager to ensure that the PI planning happens, or how each and every team is defining their PI planning backlog also, PI planning objectives also, and ensuring that each and every objective is specifically defined, and how what they are committing, they have a plan to commit. The Scrum Master also help in iteration execution. Correct. So when we talk about iteration execution, we will be having multiple different meetings or event in iteration. What all meetings and events are there in one iteration?
Planning.
Yeah, the iteration planning, your meeting, daily sync or daily stand up, your reviews, retros, backlog refinement. Yeah. The Scrum Master will help the team and guide and coach the team to improve the flow. And how exactly the Scrum Master will do this? How exactly the Scrum Master will do this? Guys, we just
By
talked.
retros, I mean, they will see
Hmm.
any flaws and
Okay.
in the retro.
Apart from that, apart from retros,
Mm.
we just talked half an hour back about this. Hmm? What is your principle number 6? What does your principle number 6 says?
Make value without interruptions. Value flow. Mhm.
So, what do we talk about in principle number 6?
Means avoid distractions like
Madhuri, are you seeing the screen?
yeah, I'm saying
Huh? What is written here?
visualize 8 flow accelerators.
Yeah.
Visualize.
So,
Uh,
understood the meaning of this? Hmm?
yeah.
So, is the answer clear or not? How can the Scrum Master?
Improve. Okay.
Hmm,
Improve the
how
flow. I
how
mean,
can the Scrum
visualize.
Master improve?
Visualize and limit VIPs. Avoid or address bottlenecks and minimize handles of or
Yeah. So
silos.
ultimately, using the 8 floor accelerators, he will help and
Mhm.
guide and coach and teach the team. Correct.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah. The Scrum Master will help the team to form so that the team can become high performing team. Correct. Which have a great team dynamics, continuous flow, relentless improvement. Yeah. High predictability. All of those things. Correct. They're able to deliver value each and every iteration, and ultimately improving the complete art performance also. Correct, by contributing at all the art level events and initiatives and all of those things. Correct. We will talk about those art level events.
Mhm.
But then this improving
Hmm.
the, so this has
Hmm.
to be in sync with the other Scrum Masters of other teams as well, right? Because if
Obviously, yes. So that is where art coach the coach sync will happen. The product owner, product managers will come together. They will also have that PO sync and all PPM sync and all. Correct.
the joint
The I
decision,
and A will also happen. Sorry, what?
it would be a joint discussion and the decision.
Yeah, obviously, yes. We will talk about this how it happens. Yeah, yeah. At the team level, the next thing that next one, that is product owner. So, what exactly the product owner do? The product owner connect with the customer. Correct. Yeah. The product owner try to understand the customer, that who the customer is, what the customer want. This figure which we see here, this is called double diamond, the problem space and the solution space. We will be talking about this problem and solution space. We apply the customer centricity and we apply the design thinking here. Huh? That how we can try to find out the best possible solutions. The product owner contribute towards the vision and the roadmap also. That what is our vision, what is our roadmap, what things we are going to do, what are the various features we are picking, what are the various user stories we are picking, what how we are prioritizing. Correct. Yeah. The the product owner help the team. Yeah. And the product owner provides the clear priorities of the team backlog. They manage the team backlog. Yeah. Clear. The product owner helps and supports the team in delivering the value. The product owner takes important decision making. The product owner help the team in forming the correct iteration goal. The product owner provides the inputs and any kind of guidance as required, answers the question, help the team understand customer centricity or design thinking aspects. The product owners see and check the demo at the user story level for the particular feature the team is doing. Correct. The product owner communicate, coordinate with other POs, and attend the system demos and all of those things. Correct. So accordingly, the product owner get the feedback also from the client or stakeholder and apply the feedback also for backlog improvement. Clear? Okay. So now we have this activity. What we need to do that create a team name, discuss the Scrum Master responsibility. Who on your team is best suited to fulfill this responsibility? Discuss the product owner responsibility. Who is best suited to fulfill these responsibility? Make sure the team name and the roles are visible and all other members in the template. Correct. So see, we have 3 members only, so we can directly discuss. The first thing first, the importance and the utilization of this activity is more towards that have we understood these roles and responsibilities or not? Do we have any doubt in the Scrum Master responsibility, what the Scrum Master do? Hmm?
So
Or do we have any, sorry, what?
when you are saying like improving art performance, like so,
Hmm.
again, are there any parameters?
Yes. Actually, first of all, to completely understand this, we need to understand the art events.
Okay.
And obviously, we need, after that, we need to see and check that, at the art level, what do we measure? That obviously, we measure our features, correct? Or how many features are there, how we are delivering the art velocity or the art predictability. At the art level, obviously, we are talking about that, what all major improvements are happening at the art level, correct? At the art level, we may, check many other things also that may be subjective to multiple different organizations. For example, maybe we are talking about, bugs or quality issues. We are talking about that how often integration is happening or not happening, how often demos are happening or not happening, correct? How we are ensuring that the solution delivery is happening or not.
Hello, Dhirendra, are you there?
Hello, am I
Yeah.
not audible?
No, now you are back again.
Oh, sorry. How much did you heard? Did you heard the question or not?
No?
Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what happened in the meantime. Okay, I will repeat the answer again. See what I was saying. What I was saying actually that at art level, that what all things you are measuring or not measuring, that can be bit subjective also, but obviously there can be many things like our feature or our predictability of the complete art or improvement which is happening at the complete art or the value delivery or the flow of the complete art. Yeah, as the art we are able to integrate or deploy or get the how often we are able to get the feedback or not. Yeah? Kalyan?
Yes.
Yeah? But obviously first we need to understand the art events also for it. Okay? Yeah. And same for the POPM sync also we will try to understand that what do these guys do and how the PM and PO collaborate together. Okay. So now as you were saying that that Scrum or Safe Scrum. So what we have said here that we have said safe Scrum. So safe Scrum is a Scrum implementation that safe teams can use to plan, execute, assess, retrospect that what is the ability for one each and every single team to deliver value, yeah, and get the customer feedback. So many teams use safe Scrum, or some teams can also use safe Kanban. Also, it is up to that that what kind of work they are using, what kind of work they are doing. Okay, yeah. So all of those teams, which are using safe Scrum, can also use various different quality parameters or quality technique or XP practices and all for enhancing their quality output. And obviously, each and every team will be coordinating, collaborating with the art stakeholders or the product owners, product managers to deliver the solutions which can benefit the customers. And the events which we do, the different events, like I in the complete iteration, that for the first of all the iteration, that is the first event itself, that is the heartbeat of the Scrum. The team, what all elements we have, obviously, the first of all, team backlog is the primary element we have, correct? And that team backlog will contain all the work which the one team have to do. The team will do the iteration planning, the team will do the iteration backlog refinement, the team will do the iteration sync, the team will do the iteration review retrospective, and the team will also try to do a system demo in conjunction and in collaboration with other teams. See, there is a difference between iteration review and system demo. Yeah, as there's a difference between system demo and iteration review. Okay, iteration review is happening at local team level, system demo is happening at art level. Clear? Okay, just give me 1 second, guys. Okay. So apart from Scrum, one team can also try to use Kanban. Yeah, it is not mandatory that team use Scrum only, as we know that Scrum is primarily used where we have a more defined backlog, or where the more such kind of product development work is more there. There can be some teams which can be even support teams, and those kind of teams who may take the work as it comes, so they can have more of a Kanban implementation or a Kanban view. In terms of the Kanban, what we are saying that the safe Kanban teams apply a flow-based process in their daily work, and they operate with the uh, art iteration cadence only. See, in by default, Kanban does not define any cadence. Correct? We need to remember this. But having said that, it is not 100% like limitation that we cannot apply any kind of cadence, or the safe Kanban teams cannot synchronize their work with the cadence dates. The safe Kanban teams have to synchronize their work and their deliveries and their outcomes with the date of the PI as well as date of the sprints also, so that they can do more effective dependency management and planning, as well as guidance, as well as a synchronization with other teams. The Kanban method provides a strategy for optimizing the flow of value. As we know that Kanban use more kind of a approaches for visual flow, pull based mechanisms, so that each and every team member can see and check that what our true work is, how much our correct WIP is and what we are doing, how we are aligned. Most agile teams they will be using Scrum only. It is very less probability that, or maybe only very less teams will be there, like in on one agile release train who will be using Kanban. But it is definitely possible that there are some teams who are using Kanban also in a single agile release trains. But accordingly, each sorry what?
Sorry, regarding this, the
Mm.
safe Scrum. So basically, that they would receive this prioritized team backlog from the art planning meeting, right? And based on that, they will again do the iteration planning, and they will create the iteration backlog. So that's the sequence how it happens.
Yeah. So now the important thing we need to consider here is that as we were talking, that art backlog will contain what? Art backlog will contain art backlog
The
will contain sorry what?
features. Features, yes,
Features, correct? Team backlog will contain the minute granular user stories, correct?
yes.
So the product owner will be getting, okay, fine, that this feature is there. You split this feature and you create your user stories in the team backlog, correct? And obviously, the product owner have to run the backlog refinement to make the user stories ready at the team backlog, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There may be a situation that one feature is wholly solely implemented by one team. There may be a situation that one feature may be divided between multiple teams. So the priority of the feature level priority is there in the art backlog. The user story level priority is there in the team backlog.
Okay, and in the iteration backlog, what would have it? You'll have the detailed other task items and all those
Yeah.
for each.
So now the team will do what? The team will do the sprint planning.
Yeah.
Correct. The team will do the sprint planning, and team backlog is going to be the input for the sprint planning. Correct.
Yeah.
Based upon the capacity of the team. Let's
Okay.
say that this team can handle 20 story point, correct? So based upon their capacity or their previous velocity, they will only pull 20 story points of stories. So that iteration backlog will be only present for one iteration, correct? Like your sprint
Oh,
backlog. Clear?
yeah. The team backlog is the entire set. It can span across multiple iterations.
Hmm. For the complete PI at least.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yes, yes. Okay.
Hmm. So now this Kanban team, what they will be doing? They will be, getting the stories. They will be putting the stories again in the team backlog. They will be planning as often as required or as required, and but definitely they will be also planning in the PI planning. And at the start of the PI, they will get a plan. They will commit to that plan. They will try to deliver as required the increment. Yeah? Is it getting clear? So some teams may have, a very rapid flow or very uneven amount of work flowing in the system, correct? So very fast changing priorities of the work. For all of those types of teams, Kanban is more suitable as a approach. Yeah? So the team will choose. Such teams will choose Kanban instead of the Scrum. You see, the example of such teams can be the perfect example is support teams, your infra team, yeah, or your sales team, or your operations team, marketing team, and so on. So all of these teams will be obviously having their team backlog. They will have their plan. Obviously, this plan can change, and that change plan will reflect on their Kanban boards. Yeah, they will also put their work in alignment with other teams for the system demos. They will create the increment also, and they will also put it for the system demo. And as required, they can also do the retrospective. Clear? Yeah. So when we talk about Kanban as a process, we know that it is primarily helps the team for visualization, limiting work in progress, as well as creating the complete flow. So this is a visualization of a simple Kanban board for a team. This is a team level Kanban. Yeah? A team Kanban board helps the team to facilitate the flow of the value by visualizing workflow, establishing WIP, and measuring throughput and continuously improving their process as required. So these stages or the columns like funnel column, defining column, ready column, build column, integrate, validate. See, then these names are just example names. There can be any different names, correct? It is not mandatory that you only always keep these names only. Okay. The second point is that here some values are written. So what do we mean by these values? What do we
WI.
mean by? Yeah, these values are WIP. How do we determine WIP? How do we determine WIP?
Based on the batch size.
Based on
Batch size.
batch size. Batch size will play, yes, a little role, or you can say estimate will play a role there. Yeah. So uh, your WIP will depend upon two things. It will depend upon your estimate also, your capacity also for each phase. For example, let's say that see, for the first of all, when we talk about Kanban, so in reality, where all can we use Kanban? Can we use it for software development? Yes or no?
Yes.
Can we use it for support? Can
Yes.
Yeah, can we use it for a car manufacturing company?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we use it in a hospital?
Yes.
Yes? No?
Yeah, we can use it.
Yeah? Obviously, we can use it, correct? Can we use it in a restaurant?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Hmm? Roy?
I'm not sure about the hospital scenario other than that.
Hmm.
For now,
Why?
what we
Why?
see
Why
is
are you not sure? Tell me, tell me.
phases, a little confused like
Hmm?
phases, what is that? Outpatient, admitted, discharge.
Hmm.
Maybe these are the
Hmm.
phases. Like, how
Yeah.
can we have a UIP in that? Like today, at the one time, only
Hmm.
3% should be
Yeah.
discharged, or
Let's say that when you walk into a clinic, what is the first thing you do? The registration.
yeah,
Yeah. So at any given point of time, there are 3 to 5 patient always coming for registration.
yeah.
So accordingly, what do you think that you want to keep only one counter, or you want to keep 2 counter or 3 counters?
Yeah, maybe two counters.
Yeah, maybe like 2 counters, at least 2 counters, correct? So now you will know your WIP that two registrations happening at a moment. Let's suppose that at any given point of time you have a big hospital. Any point of given time, 10 to 15 patients are coming for registration.
Okay.
Can you manage that with 2 counters?
No, absolutely 20.
Yeah. So now you
So,
realize the importance. Hmm?
okay.
Let's say doctors. In case of 3 to 5 patient coming at a point of time, how many doctors you may need?
Maybe
Yeah,
one doctor to one.
yeah, maybe 1 or 2 doctor, correct? Yeah, in 10 to 15 patient coming at a point of time, how many doctors do you need? Yeah. Similarly, how many nurses you need, or yeah. First of all, the nurse will take the basic checkup. Then doctor consultation will happen. Yeah, and then this will medical test will happen. So there's a continuous flow. Yes or no?
Yes, but the input, I mean, the
Hmm.
people coming, they're not fixed. Like it will keep on varying. So,
That is what Kanban is for. That variance to absorb that variance. But you need to know that you get to know that what kind of expectation is there. Correct? At least in a restaurant. Correct. See, if you're thinking about this, let's think about a restaurant. Correct.
Mhm.
If you are opening a big restaurant or versus a small restaurant. Correct. What is the first thing you do when you go in a restaurant? Yeah, you ask for a table. Correct. Yeah. Correct. You place your order. So this is you get assigned a table. You place your order here. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your order goes into cooking. Yes or no?
Yeah.
You get your order get prepared. You fully done or fully prepared. Correct. Yeah. The order is ready to be served. Correct. Or served or ready to be served. Correct. Yeah. So all of these steps can be there, yes or no?
Yeah, steps can be there. I'm
So
just worried about the
for the cooking, what do you need? Cooking, you need a chef.
okay.
How many chefs do you need? How you are going to decide it? See, you are not going to fire the chef every day, correct? You are not going to hire a chef every day, correct?
Mm.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah? So
Yeah.
you need some, like you will see the past data. You will see that what kind of things we are making, and how we scale and all those things. Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So that is where you need a visualization. You need a flow. You need all of those things. Correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got your point.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of these are your WIPs. What in Kanban we can even split the states in progress and ready. Correct. Yeah. Like for example, ready to be served can be even this stage. Ready to be served. This stage. It is cooking, or it is prepared, or it is ready to be served. Correct. So
Yeah.
that we can know that if even if it is a delay in next to be accepted in the next column, we can actually get to know that where the problems are. Okay. Then the next is your built-in quality practices. There can be many different built-in quality practices based upon that what type of work you people are doing. Correct. Yeah. For example, let's suppose that we are only having business functions. Yeah. So what do we need? We need basic agile quality practices, yeah, basic quality standard, or standard operating procedures. Yeah, correct. If we have software applications, again, so we need agile software and development quality practices. If we have IT system infrastructure solutions and those things, yeah, then all those practices and hardware and cyber physical systems and all. So accordingly, based upon that, what kind of work you are doing, your work involves, like your marketing, sales, HR, supply chain, or how many teams, how many systems, how many processes, this and all. Those various different quality practices can be determined. Correct? Clear? The important thing here is that why do we need quality? Correct? Or in which phase do we need quality? Guys, why do we need quality, and in which phase do we need quality? And these quality practice, who will apply? One team will apply, or we will apply at art level? At team level we will apply, or we will apply at the art level? Hmm?
Both places.
Both, yeah.
Obviously, at both. Correct. Yeah? And why do we need quality? Because see, if you are going to mess up at a lower team level, you cannot scale anything. Correct. You cannot even scale crappy code. You cannot scale crappy hardware. You must have seen that nowadays these lot of companies have to recall the car. Have you heard that news? Yes or no? So why this
Yes.
recalling and all of these things happens? Correct. Yeah, because ultimately what happens that there are glitches in the quality. Correct. So that is much more costlier at scale. Correct. Had it been resolved and corrected at a lower level. Correct. Yeah.
But I don't understand why. How come at first level these all cars got delivered? What is the stakeholder doing? No, no. Normally, I'm asking. Now they're recalling, right? How they're
Uh,
accepting flawless cars initially.
so see how bugs come.
Bugs
See,
come and get fixed.
if you are
And
doing perfect, if you have all the perfect processes, perfect
yeah,
quality process, perfect testing process, perfect everything, then
yeah,
ideally there should not be any kind of glitches and this and that or bugs into the
true,
system. Correct.
true,
So obviously,
true.
there's a lapse in the system, or there are some
Uh-huh.
problems which are there. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So in all of those cases and those conditions, then what do we need to do? We need to ensure that how to do the RCA root cause analysis to identify them, how to correct them.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So when we talk about quality as a general practice, what we say that we have to shift our learning left. Yeah? The agile quality practices we need to apply for each and every team, whether that is a business team or that is a technology team, implementation team, or whatever team it is. Correct. Shift learning left. What does the meaning of shift learning left? Shift learning left means that we have to have those quality practices or constructs where we can pre-identify the problems. Correct. And that is why we say that we have to be in a always testing kind of mode. Remember BTD TTD we discussed in our mentorship class, that
Yeah.
first of all we define the behavior, then we make the user story, then we
Yeah.
try to ensure that continuous testing keeps on happening at the user story level. Similarly, at the system level, the continuous integration regression keeps on happening. Correct. So
Mhm.
using all of those practices, we can try to minimize our problems for the quality. Peer work or peer review. Peer work is more toward that two or more people working simultaneously. Correct. And we have effective reviews to get ensure that we are not having any problems in our outcome or the code. Collective ownership and T-shaped skills. So when we say T-shaped skill, what do we mean by T-shaped skill? Or first of all, what is an I-shaped skill? Guys, I-shaped skill means that the people who are only good in one technology and one area or one domain. T-shaped skill means that they are very good in one thing, but they can do other work also. Somewhat at least they can do it. Somewhat they can do and handle the other work also. Yeah. For each and every artifact, we need to define the standards and we need to define the definition of done. And consistently, we need to also keep on improving the definition of done. We need to ensure that the complete automation of the processes are happening to remove any human error or delays and all of those things. Okay, yeah. So these are the basic agile quality practices. So now, what we need to do, we need to reflect on those quality practices and we need to think that how they can be applied in our context. So, what do you think that all of these quality practices Do you think that these can be applied in your perspective or in your organization? Hmm? Possible, not possible.
It should be possible.
Hmm. Okay, how? How?
This whenever we have this agile transformation happening, we can consider these practices while defining the best practices and all.
Very good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So obviously, see, like if you are Scrum Master, obviously, like what is the role of and work of the Scrum Master? To mentor, guide, coach, and teach. Yeah, at a team level, correct, and ensure the best practices get followed, the inspect and adapt is happening, the flow is not getting hindered, and all. Correct. Yeah. So that is where, as a Scrum Master, you need to guide and coach and help to get all of those principles, practices implemented. Yeah, and how in which all circumstances, because see, a lot of things are very common. Like DO is such common that obviously everyone knows we need to follow it. Automation, everyone is already doing it. We know that we need to do it more often and all for each and every kind of testing, correct? Yeah. We need to have more people of T shape so that at least the work do not stop. At least somewhat it goes on, even if some people are not available sometime. Yeah. The next is organize agile release train around the flow of the value. Correct. So remember we talked about that. Now to form the agile release train, we need to get people from multiple of those dimensions or multiple of those teams, because ultimately we are saying not only just teams, agile release train should also be cross functional. So let's say that we need to form maybe five teams in five different teams in one agile release train, correct? So if we need to form five release trains, let's say that we have five product owners from business. We have two product managers from our product management group. We have five hardware people. We have 15 software people. We have five quality people. We have five testing people. We have got five compliance people. We have got five operation people and five security people. How many total are there? 25. 25 plus 15 is 40. 40 plus 10 is 50 and 52. Correct. So overall, for one agile release train, we have got 52 people. Correct.
So
So
here,
how? Tell me.
so with see, as we referenced before, ART is team of teams, right? So when we say
Correct.
cross-functional, it also implies that the agile teams also are to be cross-functional, right?
Correct.
Right. So here,
But on top of that, also we are saying agile release train should also be cost functional.
okay, I get it. And
Okay.
so if
Hmm.
so, just like in Scrum, here also agile teams, it is
Hmm.
as a guideline maximum 10 per team.
Correct. 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 10. Yeah. So meaning of agile release train cross functional is that if we need to do security testing, we need security testing people. We cannot wait for okay, some other team will come, they will do the testing. Not like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's say now we have 52 people. These 52 people we need to divide into five teams. How can we divide? Maybe like I have taken a very simplistic way on approach. So one product owner, if we have five product owners, where these five product owners will go? One product owner per team will go. Correct? Yeah. If we have five hardware people, where they will go? Maybe one. If one team, all team need one people, they will go in one team. If let's say team C do not need, maybe we will put two people in one team. Correct? Clear? 5 quality people are there. Maybe every team needs. We will put every team. Correct. 5 testing people we will put, and accordingly we will put everyone. Correct, in one team. Correct. Where the product management will go? In which team they will go? They will not go in any team. Correct. They are art level people. Okay. Clear. Yeah. So now when we talk about ART, Agile Release Train, what is Agile Release Train? Agile Release Train is a teams of team or a virtual organization of 5 to 12 teams, 50 to 125 plus people. They are synchronized on a common cadence. Guys, this is important. This may come in your exam. What is the cadence of one ART? What is the cadence of one ART? The cadence is PI, planning interval. Okay. Yeah. And this one agile release train is aligned with a common mission. And that mission come from art backlog, single art backlog. Is it getting clear? So they will get the input of the features will be here. They will get the input of the features from this art backlog, if the complete agile release train, and that agile release train will be running continuous delivery pipeline. So again, important question, that what does this continuous delivery pipeline consist of? What is the first thing it consists of? It consists of CE part. See, you must have heard CI/CD, but Safe is saying CE also. Continuous exploration. Second thing, continuous integration. Third is deployment. And fourth is the release on demand. Okay? Clear?
Yeah. Devendra, what is this WSJF with the
That is the prioritization mechanism.
mechanism?
Weighted shortest job first. Yeah, we will talk about it. Yeah. I don't want to confuse you, so I'm not mentioning much. Yeah. Correct. See, there are so many concepts. You must be already wondering now. Correct?
Yeah,
It's
so many
like,
terminologies and so
yeah,
many
it's
concepts.
it's the tale of never ending things, correct? Yeah. So that is, the problem that some people don't like safe, and they say, it's too much to handle. Yeah. Rather, if we can make something simplified and run it. But then that simplified don't, work. See, again, a framework is a framework. Whether how you use it or not, that's up to you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now what can be the various types of roles on Agile release trains? So how many roles do we have on Agile release trains? We have 5 roles. And obviously the first role is your RTE, release train engineer. Many companies hire by this role only, RT. Many companies hire in the form of program management roles also. Yeah. Or delivery management roles also. Correct. So what we are saying here is that this RTE, release train engineer, is a coach for the complete agile release train for all the teams. How many teams? As you know, 5 to 12. Correct. So all the basic activities which the Scrum Master used to do at the team level, the RT is doing at the train level. The RT will be addressing all the problems impediment at the art level for all the stakeholders also. The next role, that is your product management role. The product management defines also prioritize the art level backlog. The art level backlog consists of what? The features. Correct? The third is the system architect. So now who will give the architectural guidance for all the teams? So we have to keep a architect also. That system architect will give the architectural guidance for all the teams of the art together, and they will guide each and every team for the architecture and making the architecture and synchronization of the architecture. The business owners are the real stakeholder. They will attend that final demo also. They will give the feedback also whether they like it or not. They are the decision makers of saying that this will work like this, or this we need to change it, or we need to put more into the functionality and or all of those things. Correct. The system team is a kind of a support team. Yeah, the system team is a kind of a support team that provide processes and tools. They provide process also, tools also to integrate and evaluate often. So what the system team is doing, that they will be helping each and every team. So how they will be helping each and every team? They will be helping each and every team in integration of the work. They will be helping each and every team in testing of the user stories. They will be helping each and every team maybe for kind of a deployment and releases and in those activities also. Okay. So now these 5 to 12 teams which are there at art level, how can we categorize them? What types of teams can be there? So there are 4 types of team which has been described. One is stream aligned team, one is complicated subsystem team, platform teams, and enabling teams. So when we say stream aligned teams, that what are the possible examples and implementation of that stream aligned team is that those stream aligned team, they get the work also directly and they deliver the work also directly to the customer. Those are stream aligned teams. Yeah? They organize around the flow of the work, the flow of the value as per the value stream. The complicated subsystem team are organized around specific subsystem that requires deep skills. Yeah, so that can be a small team working on a small expertise area. What can be the various examples of a complicated subsystem team? For example, your search team, correct? Only a specific small, or maybe AI team or big data team, correct? Yeah, that can be the example of the complicated subsystem team. Platform team. So platform team is a kind of a team that organizes around the development of some platforms or some services and those things. Very specific to one particular thing. For example, operating system team or firmware team or some other teams. Yeah. So those streamlined teams will be calling their APIs, calling their services and their implementations. How complicated subsystem team will be utilize their softwares and those services or operating system or firmware, those things like yeah. Enabling teams. So those teams can be there for short terms also. They assist other teams for special capabilities and to become proficient in new activities and all. What can be the example of those stream aligned teams? The examples of those stream aligned teams can be like maybe a DevOps team. Maybe are forming a DevOps team for a short period of time, or maybe like we are forming. Maybe a big data team or something, which we don't want to in future have a complicated, but we are just forming enabling so that each and every team will quickly learn and then we can utilize that team somewhere else. Yeah? So that covers your chapter number 3. Any questions?
Break.
Yeah, let's take a break. Yeah. Okay. So after this break, how long break are we expecting?
15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay. Let's take 15 minutes break. Okay. Thank you.